Hey everybody, welcome back to Creekside Maples. I'm Tony, and we're setting up our sawmill. This is day 3. So what we've got done so far is we've got our deck all on here, and then we set our mill rails and everything up, so that's all level. It took me some time to get it level because you have to work with it. It's 16, 18 feet long. Actually, it's almost 20 feet long, so you have to just keep moving forward and progressing and getting it level. So I got it all level, so that worked out well. And I've got our log dogs on there for locking in the logs. And as you can see, I now have the sawmill head set on here, and we've got these pieces here put on and these pieces. And so basically I'm at a standstill because I have to stand the sawmill up. My brother's going to come over. He'll be here probably in half an hour, and he'll help me stand it up and get it sitting on the track, the wheels on the track, and then we can assemble the rest of it from there. I'm going to continue on with this. We're going to get it set up, get this upright so that we can assemble it the rest of the way. It'll look good. I'm excited, I really am. Appreciate everybody that's watching. Appreciate everybody that's made this possible for us, for sure. Well, a few hours have gone by, and we've stood the head upright. We got it all in place, lined up. So now what I'm doing is putting the top beam on here. There's a pulley that goes on here. This is what holds your measuring rule on. But there's something I thought I wanted to show everybody that I find it's quite important, and it's this. These pulleys come with the nuts and bolts all through them, but I don't know if you can see this or not, but you're supposed to put a washer on this side, both sides, okay? On that side there, and this side has that spacer right there. Well, what you've got to watch for is on these pulleys, and I hope you guys can see this. There is a snap ring right here on one side of the pulley that holds the bearing in. What you've got to be careful of is if you take them apart, make sure your washer is going onto the side of the pulley that does not have the snap ring. If you put that on the side of the pulley that has a snap ring, it will not go in there flat, and your pulley will be lopsided and it'll wear it out. So just a little point there, you want to make sure that when you put that little washer in the center of your pulley, make sure it's going on the side that does not have the snap ring in it. I hope that makes sense. So now let's put it together. We're going to put it over on the other side there. Something else that I wished they had it done better is label the nuts and bolts. Because in the instruction manual, it calls them like a 90 millimeter, an 80 millimeter, a 35 millimeter, and that's all good and great, but they're not labeled. They all come in just a clear plastic bags, and you haven't got a clue what's a 90, what's an 80, what's a 35, and so you have to stop and think about it if you don't know the nuts and bolts of it. And I think it would be much better if in the future, when they put this stuff together, that they would at least label, label each thing. We had just put a couple of nuts through everything here earlier when we stood it up, just to hold everything in place. And those pulleys, you'll see there's 2 holes on the post. The pulley goes on the bottom hole. Then your spacer goes over it, and then the snap ring side of the pulley goes against the spacer. Like that. And then a washer on the inside, and then one of these lock nuts. And that's all you need. It seems to me like it's a bit short, but that's what came with it, so I guess it is what it is. Unless there's, and this is where what I'm talking about, they don't label stuff so you can tell kind of what goes where. So maybe, because that seems awful short, so let's pull that back off, and that, and this. Let's just see. Yeah. So there you have it. This one is longer than that one. And they don't tell you those things. They don't tell you that at all. That looks better than the spacer. Then the pulley with the snap ring on the inside. And then that washer. And then the lock nut. That's much better. And if you order one of these and you wonder where your instruction manual is, it's right in this black case. Looks like a thermos on the side of your saw head. These go through here this way. I don't know, they seem awful short. But again, like I said, it's hard to figure out what goes where on this for nuts and bolts. It's the only thing I'm going to write to Midland about, or Woodlawn about, Woodland Mill about. I'm going to tell them that they need to start labeling the bags of nuts and bolts. I'm going to put our lubrication tank on. So this is the lubrication tank. I really like the fact it's aluminum, so it won't rust, and you know, if it was plastic, the hot sun would crack it in time. For the first 30 minutes, is that thing? I think, yeah, first 30 minutes of milling, you run your blade dry. It breaks in the blade, the belts and everything. And then after that, in the summertime, when it's not freezing, you put in water and a teaspoon of dish soap. And then if it's cold, you can run winter windshield washer fluid in it, and that keeps it from freezing on you. So now, it's the dashboard and the hour meter. This is the dashboard, like so. And like so. Picture there. Now some of you may say that's awful high, but you got to realize I'm putting crushed rock down yet, so that's going to bring me up a couple more inches, and it'll be just perfect then. I see. So I'm supposed to leave these two out, it says. So let's just do that, and we'll figure out why later. But that's what they say to do. So we'll move one down here. I think I know why, because that one's going to take a double pulley. I'm pretty sure that's what that's going to take. Now we're going to put our hour meter on. They sent me these two little tiny screws. No, that doesn't hold that on there. Panhead screw. There is no such thing. 4 of them, not here. supposed to be 2 30mm panhead screws and 2 lock nuts, and there isn't any at all. So I have to take that back. They did ship them. They were just in another little box that I had forgotten about. So hopefully all the stuff I've been missing is there. We will have to get a Phillips screwdriver to tighten these up with. These are some small, I'll tell you that. Now, the lift mechanism. So the double pulley goes on. So it goes in the top here. And then the spacer. And then another little spacer. And another pulley. Lock nut. That's kind of how that goes. Not sure how this goes on yet. So that would have been nice to know. Real nice to know that that had to go up into there. You see this here? Okay? It's got to come down through this hole here when I put this up here like this. Okay?
Supposed to get in there.
Well, probably just come up underneath there.
Okay. And then put the bolt on or nut?
Yeah. But yeah, just to start it. I got to see if I might need a washer on it. I don't know, Joey.
They don't tell you?
Oh, they're not the.
Okay, well, I've got it started.
Yeah, it won't. It's fine. It won't go anywhere.
Won't go anywhere?
I'm going to show you guys a little something here that probably will save you a little bit of time. This is the crank right here that puts the saw head up and down. This is a double pulley right here. And in the directions, it tells you to hook this double pulley in here and to put it on. But what they don't tell you, the very next step after you turn the page is to put the crank for the power head, put that on. But one of the things that it connects to, one of the ears that goes on and bolts on, it has to go in behind this double pulley here. So word to the wise, if you're putting one of these together, don't put a nut on here and all this stuff on here. Turn the page and put your power head, the cable that moves it up and down, put it on first, then put this on, because that'll save you time taking it apart again, because I had to. So just thought I'd share that. Okay, so now we need a socket that's smaller than that. They wouldn't be able to put one on there that would fit all of them. That'd make too much sense. Isn't that something? Now why would they put one bolt, nut and bolt, in the entire package? One. That's a totally different size than everything else. Just the dumbest thing. Looks pretty good. Should be fun. So these lift cables are right there. And I guess I'm supposed to reroute the lift cables around something. And I'm not sure what yet, because they're all tangled up. So this one is hooked here. All right. And this one is over here. You guys understand that? It starts there. It comes up over here.